Hey everyone, it's good to be back. Welcome to Zeenos Concept. I know, I'm guilty. It's been a minute. I've been off for a year plus, but trust me, this break wasn't wasted. I've been working, learning, and growing, all to bring us better content. And I'm going to try to bring something new ideas and new top-notch designs and new insight. And I promise you, we're going to try to bring UI and After Effects this year. And if you've been here from the start, thank you so much. And if you're new, welcome to the family. So let's dive into today's tutorial and let's create something amazing. Are you ready? Because I am. Let's go. And today we'll be learning things like arrangement, and it won't be like the normal arrangement you normally have with the photo on the left. As you can see on the screen, we have the photo on the center and the information just around the person who is actually leading the program. Okay, so first of all, I want to talk about the background, and then we place the things step by step before we get to the final work. Okay, let's dive in. So first of all, we go to File, and then we go to New. And on New, you know how we normally set up our file setup. We just come to our 1080 by 1080 and 300 pixel resolution, and I think we're good to go. We just have to press create. Okay, so first of all, we have to work on the background. And you know how Photoshop comes up with a plain background, and you have to work on something on the background. So we're going to be importing everything we're going to use for the background on our canvas. And I'm going to put in this, and I believe all these files will be actually placed on a link in the description, and I'll make sure of that. So we'll press enter after dragging the background in. So this is our first background we have. And then the second one will be this. So we have two of this background, and I know they look odd, but as you can see, everything builds up to the design. As you can see on the design, we have this one on top, and this one here. So next one will be this one, which I have in PNG, and this is how it's going to be. And first of all, I know it actually looks odd in a way, because you'll be like, what is going on here? But we're actually building up something, it's always something we're bringing up. And the next step will be actually we want to bring in the background. I'll actually fill everything, which is the fill. So we're going to do something very good. We're just going to add a new layer, and then we'll press B on our keyboard and increase the size. And we're not going to be filling with white, so we'll have to change it. This is the color code that we'll be using. Yeah, this one. So we're gonna just press OK, and just gonna tap it once, tap it twice. Yeah, I believe that's good enough. So first of all, just have to add a bit, then we're good to go. So this is what we have formed. So right now we have formed the background, which are the layers right here. As you can see, we have them right here. This is what we have. And you can see the arrangement we have right here. We have this one at the bottom here, and then this one here. And we have set our background for the next stage. Now for the next stage, we have to add the remaining things we have there, which is the picture and the background and the mixture and everything around. So the next step will be bringing in the, how do we call this? It's called a graph, yeah, for when you're doing the whole trading thing. So we'll bring in the graph, which is this, and we're going to use our brush because we're going to have a layer mask. Just click on layer mask, and then we reduce the brush size. Then we'll take this off. Make sure that the color is set to black, okay, which is this place, the foreground, set to black. So this is the foreground, and this is the background. Okay, so just like this, clean everything here. Cool. That's it. Okay, Okay, so we have this. So this is what we have in here. As you can see on this background, we have, yeah, this is what we have right here. Okay, as you can see. And then what we next do is that we press B, then we drag it here to the side, and then we go to screen. So we are actually creating the background right now. That's a good one. So we have the background set, which we have right here. And then the next step will be bringing in the photo and the remaining effects that we have around. So we have the photo already set, so I'll just drag it in right now. And for for differentiation, you just have to group everything here. Just click here, press shift, click on the last one, and then you group, and you can actually name it. Yeah, you can just say, you can double click it, background. Okay, so I have that. Oh, there is no end. Wonderful. Cool. So the next one, we're bringing in the photo, and we just have to drag the photo right here on the center. And you can see why I actually left that place there, because we know that the photo is actually going to cover for that space there. So that's why we didn't just bother to remove it. So we have this right here. Okay, so arrange the other one, just bring it up a bit like this. Cool. So yeah, we're actually bringing up something. As you can see, the photo on this place, we have it right here. So we're bringing up something good. So next step will be bringing in the other things, which is the overlays and the rest of it. So next we're going to bring in the overlay, which we have already at the background, and then we have this the gradient here, which we're going to bring too. So we're going to just click on this, press Ctrl J to duplicate, and then drag this one on top of it. And what you do is that you just move it to your left. Okay, so you have something like this. So to fix the other side, you just need to click on the layer mask, press B, and make sure it's your foreground is on black, and then you remove the extra, you can see those places, and then you have the overlay right here for your background. The next thing will be, we'll have to do the gradient now, and I can actually create a new layer now. Now I'm on gradient right now with this tool, and then next thing I'll have to do is I'll just need to put it from here, from the bottom to the top. Can you see? Yeah, you can actually do that. So you just click on the bottom to top, bottom, top. So you have to make sure that it actually flows and you get something like this at the end. So when you know that you're actually getting something like this and you see it here, you can actually come and add a layer mask. What you do is press B, you increase the size a bit, make sure your foreground is black, and then you just press here like this, you see, and then we're getting something similar to what we have here. You see, similar. So I know that we're talking about the brightening effect, how the blue is there. We'll get there. Okay, so the next step, we're bringing in the text, and yeah, let's do that. Let's do the text. So the next step, let's do the text, and we just have to come to your text tool, and we're going to use our favorite font, which we've been using for years, Montserrat. Click on it, and then we type FX in capital letter, FX, and that's what we'll have here. So the FX we have here, you can see. Now the FX we have here, if you notice something, we have something like a gradient on it, and this one I would say this is actually FX, but it's a normal FX. There is no gradient, just one color, which is this color. We're going to copy right here. So it's actually bold italic, so we're going to go for bold italic. So come here, and then we'll click on bold italic, which we'll have here, and then we'll click on the color. We paste this color we have here. Good. So what we do now is that we'll make it, increase it a bit, so it should be at the center, I believe. Yes, cool. Okay, so the next one is beginner's guide. So I'm just going to copy this beginner's guide right here. Okay, so just beginner's guide, and the same thing we have So we just have to duplicate, Ctrl J, and then we bring this one down. What we do next is that we just beginner's guide, and I believe it's half of the one we have, so we just change to about 32, and then we reduce the size, the kerning, I believe, yeah, kerning and heading. I believe I've mentioned it in one of the old videos, and I've explained the lead. Yeah, this is the leading, and this is the kerning, which is kerning or tracking. That's different between two of them. So I have both of them right now, and then the next thing is we want to bring that you know, this kind of thing we have here, which is this effect. So on the beginner's guide we don't have any effect on it, but on the FX we have an effect. So what we do now, what do we do to bring out that effect? So what we have to do now is that you come here, you click on the FX, and then you go to the layer, you double click it ish. Okay, so you double click the layer for the FX, and then you go to your inner glow. So your inner glow, give it that glow on the edge like this, you can see. So we're going to use this color. Yeah, if you want to use the color code, this is it right here, and then you click OK. We're good, and then you click OK here. Now next step will be actually bringing, we want to do something, we want to increase, we want to make this place a little bit darker. So what we do is that we add a new layer. We don't want to actually put a gradient on it, so we want to add a new layer, press B, and then we don't want to use blue, so we just click on the blue, which is the foreground, and then select the black spot on the FX, black spot, okay, and then you make it like this, you increase, and then you make it inside. Now it's not that dark enough, so I have to fix it. Let's change that color. It's not dark enough, so we just come here, and then we'll bring it a bit down, so just make it darker a bit. Yeah, I think that will be dark. Yeah, so just come, make it dark, so just exactly, I think that's better. Then you press Alt. Yeah, that's it. And then for the second one, which is this one, which is the beginner's guide, we go for blue, and we just come here, click on the beginner's guide, and then we add a new layer, and then we click on the blue on the background. Yeah, the blue on the background will do, and then we increase the bit, and then we'll click on it. Yeah, so we do the same thing. We come to the middle of both of them, you press Alt. Yeah, we get this, and this is exactly what we have right here, as you can see. So this is what we have here too. So next step will be bringing in the lens flare effect on the FX itself. Now we could actually do it at the end of it, or we can do it at the beginning. Any of it is good, but you know, the same way you still get the same result. So the next step will be we come to our layer, and then we click on the first one, we click on the last one, which is the FX. From these 4 layers, press Ctrl T, and then you do like this. You see? So there are 2 ways of doing it. Either you do it in a way that the text is slant, or you can do it in a way that you just make it, you just like rotate it. So there are 2 ways of doing it. Anyone you choose, it's good, depending on how you want to actually represent that design. Okay, so we have this. So I'm gonna go with the rotating part, and this is what we did right here. Okay, so we have this, and then we'll press enter. So I have the FX beginner's guide all cleared up. So next thing we'll be doing will be adding the effects and the rest of it. So we have this glow effects, left, right, and everything around it here. So what we do now is I'll bring the lens flare, and we have them right here. We just have to drag them into the file. Okay, so I add it right here. Okay, so I have the lens flare, and then the lens flare, make sure that when you're adding the next flare, it has to be in screen. Okay, so you make it screen, and then you adjust it to fit in. Good, just turn it like this. Good, like this. Now what you do is that you don't put the lens flare on top of the beginner's guide. Put it on top of the layer of the FX. Yeah, that's fine, like that. Put it on top of the layer of the FX, and then you make sure when you have this one, you have the first one already set. The next one, Ctrl J, spin it. Good. Put it like this. Ctrl J, spin it. You don't need to spin it. I joked. Okay, so you put it like this, and you adjust it with your keyboard. Press enter. So this is what we're building right here. This is what we're building right here, as you can see. So next one will be for the X. Okay, so for this one, press Ctrl T, reduce it. Okay, good. You reduce it like this, enter. Then this one, bring it forward a bit, and then you press Ctrl J again, press Ctrl T, rotate it, fix it to be in place right here. Good. Press enter, press Ctrl J, Ctrl T. Yeah, I believe we've gotten it. All angles set. I have the FX. Wonderful. So we'll have the glow on the FX, which we have right here. Now we have this set. So next step we'll be bringing in our, the little things on the side, which we want to do that right now. So we're bringing the other things on the side, and we just have to drag them in. We have this one right here. Now when you bring this on the side, you make sure that you carry this one on top of the beginner's guide. Don't put it on top of the lens flare. Let it be on top of the beginner's guide, and the brush we use for the beginner's guide. Just bring it on top. Now we are having issues when we're actually doing this. So if your laptop is doing like this, you just have to hold shift. When you hold shift, it goes like that. Yeah, okay, so just do it like that. So you put like this, make sure you're holding shift so that it will not like distort. You put it here, exactly. Okay, we have this. So when you have this now, want to make it glow, so you press Ctrl J, and then you go to filter, go to Gaussian blur, then you increase the blur. Yeah, I believe that's okay, 37. And then you go here, you change it to screen. You can see the glow. Now this is the glow we just created. This glow you see here, that's it. Okay, so we're getting it. Cool. And the next thing we'll be bringing in the other ones, which is this ones right here, right? And then we have this one. We drag it into the design, we reduce it a bit, yeah, right here. Then the next one, which is this one on the side here, yeah. Okay, so I believe we'll have everything fixed right here. So we have everything from the side here. Next step we'll be doing now, this is the main focus of this. If you notice, this is the main focus right here. You see all these things, this is what we're going to do right now. We're going to make it like more presentable. So the first step will be actually creating the boxes and the text. So on the box and text we have general market outlook, Monday 12 p.m. Okay, so let's do that. Okay, so I'm going to explain to you how we did this, the arrangement right here. That's the main thing we're going to do now, and I just copied it here because of time. And one thing you should know is that when doing design, we can actually do something called rectangles, instead of us doing it in a plain way. Now this is how you create this kind of thing. First of all, you create a rectangle, right? When you create a rectangle, you bring in a text. But before the text, let's just give it the color here. So I'm just gonna make it fast, and I'm gonna click this, and this is what we use. We use this color. Yeah, that's the color, and then we remove the stroke. Now when we have this the rectangle, what we do next is that you bring your text, and then you type the text on top of it. Don't use it inside, because if you click on the rectangle, it's going to be inside the rectangle. There's a function for that. Okay, so you're just going to type general market outlook, and if you have capital letters like this, you have to just click on the properties here, and then the character, you click on, you put this off. Okay, and then but now you will make it italic. You make it just say medium, if that works. Medium or semi-bold. I think semi-bold works fine. Okay, cool. And then you put your left align, make it left align. Then you have this. What you have to do now is that you just have to press Ctrl T, and then you reduce it. Yeah, something like this. You put like this inside the box. Okay, so I'm just gonna be fast, and when you have something like this, you reduce the bit again. You put like this. Cool. So next step, you have to duplicate your rectangle right now. So you press Ctrl J, press Ctrl T, you reduce the rectangle, and then you put like this. Now this is where your practice of color comes in, because you have to know the color to use and when to use it. Now you duplicate your text again, Ctrl J, you bring your text up, and then you type Monday. Now the reason why I got my colors is because of what I have on the design. Now we have blue, we have green, we have something orange, we have yellow, and that's how everything is with the red, because you can see that the lens is actually giving a red vibe. That's why I chose the red color for that place. And we just have to click on this. You double click on the rectangle here, and then I select this color to be fast. So I said okay, that's the color I'm going to use. But you know where I collected the color from, right? So you just double click here, and then you can select the color from this FX. Yeah, that's where I collected the color from. You can notice how the color is, but then I made it a bit darker. Yeah, that's where I collected the color from. And then I arrange it, Ctrl T, arrange it a bit. Yeah, make it, yeah. And then I'll select the Monday, and I can actually make it capital letter, since it's very important to use. So you put it there. Okay, so we have this, and then the 12 p.m. you just need to click on the two of them. So click on Monday, click on the rectangle, and then you Ctrl J, put it here. Okay, you see we're getting everything directly. Okay, so what you do now is press Ctrl T, you do this a bit, yeah, and then Monday here, just change it to 12 p.m. Okay, I believe we're almost there. Then the next step, to make it more spicy, first of all, let's change the color of this to red. Yeah, we're almost done with it. Okay, so change to red. And then the next thing, I think the red is too much. Let's change to this orange we have here. Yeah, cool. Then the next thing, we'll be bringing in the lines on the side. So all you do is that you click on your pen tool, click here, you change it to shape. Okay, don't put it in part, make it shape, and then you click on this, click here, click here, click at the edge here, and click at the edge here. So what you do is that you change it from fill, put up the fill, and then you put on your stroke. Yeah, so you have this is what you now have, right? And then you press Ctrl J, you press Ctrl T, and then you turn it. Now when you're turning it, you have to hold your shift key, okay, so it will be accurate. And then you have something like this. Cool. And then what you do now is that you just highlight everything that you have here, Okay, so for us to create this, we just need to select the first one, which is the 12 p.m. and then we hold shift. After clicking on the 12 p.m. you hold shift and then you select the last one there, which is the rectangle. Okay, so you have something like this, and then you click on the group icon right here. So basically we have everything in a group. So all you have to do now is press Ctrl T, okay, and then you hold Control and Shift, then you put it up like this. You see, that's how you do it, and then you press Enter. Wonderful. So that's it. And then the next thing, you just need to click on this and then you add your drop shadow to make it spicy. So you just double click on the rectangle, right? Then you wait for it to load. Yeah, drop shadow, and you have this. Just make it a bit lighter. You can see 31% distance and the rest of it. And then what you do now for this rectangle on top, you just have to track it. I think it's this one or the other one. So you just need to press Alt, click here, drag it up, and the effect copies. That's what you get here. You can see that right here. So that's how you get that spicy effect. So you can actually duplicate it and change the colors around like I did here. Okay, and then the next thing we'll be bringing in is the logo of the brand, which we have right here. Okay, so we increase the logo and bring it here. So you know that we actually grouped the rectangles, that's why it's off. So you have to bring it out of that group and then it will be applied. Ctrl T, reduce it, fix it here. Okay, yeah, we are almost done. As you can see, we're almost getting it. Then the next step will be, want to bring those lights and the rest of it inside. So we just, bring the blue, and what we do now is that we go to the top of her picture. We'll click on the top, which is this right here, and then we add a new layer. Then we'll press B. We decrease the size. We press Alt, select the blue, and then we go to this place, we choose screen. So we know that layer will be on screen. So click here. You can see everything flowing well. The glow. Yeah. Now that's the glow you get. Okay. So this is the glow. Okay, so I have the glow already. So we can see everything all forming up right here. Then afterwards we have the name, which we can put right here. So the name is just a simple thing we can actually do. Now for you to actually write the name, it's just a simple thing. What you do is that you just bring this, let's just copy a text from here. Okay, we double click on this, and then we have Rashi Declan, and then you align center the text, bring it right here. Okay, and then what you do now is that you change the color to black. And I know it's kind of odd, we can't see it, but then you actually need the color, and then you come here. What you do now is that let me delete this effect, but we want to use our effect. So you right click, blend option, which is the same thing as double clicking it, and then you wait for it to load. Then you add a stroke to it. So the stroke will be white. We have 14 as the number we used. Press OK. Increase the text a bit. So we can see that the stroke is too much. So you just double click on the stroke, and you can see everything falling in place. Let's just make it 10, I believe. Yeah, let's make it 10, and then we decrease the kenning, so about I just say 6. Yeah, that's it, perfect. And then what we do next is that we type the host, and we'll just copy a text here again. Same thing, press Alt when doing that, and then host. Just type host. What we do now is I will drag this here, and we change it to, I think, Brittany signature. Brittany. Yeah, Brittany signature. That's it. Then increase the size. Voila, we're almost done. Then next step is just clicking on this rectangle, click on the text, you press Alt, drag it here. Okay, so we have it, and then what we do now is that we look for the name, and then we drag it under the name, because that's what we need. So we drag it to, yeah, we drag it here. So we need it here, and then you press C to be accurate, press C, and then you click on the text layer here, and then you click on the here, and then you press coach. Let's just say coach, you don't need for the financial coach. That's and then we change this. You can actually leave it the capital letter, or we can put it off, and we have this. Now this one will be based on the color you want. You can actually use purple like what I used, or any other color. So you just click on the rectangle, you double click on it, and then you select any color you want. Maybe this one, or anyone that fits what you want, but I go with purple. And then you go to OK. Now we have this, we have everything done, we are good to go. So what we have to do now afterwards is that you just need to come to the first one here, and then you press Alt Control Shift E. Okay, Alt Control Shift E, right click, okay, convert to smart object, and afterwards you press filter, camera raw filter. Okay, so on camera raw filter, we're gonna just adjust some few things. Now one of the things we're gonna adjust is that we're gonna put in the texture, increase the texture a bit like this, and then we're gonna go to our grain. We're gonna add a bit of grain to it, and then we come here to sharpening. You add a bit of sharpening to it. We're getting the design, and then we have this place here. We have this curve. We're just gonna click on blue, right? Click on this blue, and then we just put the top a bit like this. You can see, I believe you can see what's happening right now, and you can see how the blue is actually coming out, and we can actually leave it right here, and afterwards we click on OK, and boom, that's how you create this amazing flyer. So if you have learned something, one or two, you can actually just type in down in the comments. And if you want something like this next time, I actually have one coming up soon, and just say down in the comments what you want to see in the channel moving on, and let me know what you learned in today's tutorial. Thank you so much for sticking to the end, and see you next time. Peace out.